How is it going, everyone? Daxellz here, and today we are reacting to another TheRussianBadger video, reacting to Watch Those Wrist Rockets Star Wars Battlefront 2 beta. Let's get straight into it. And away we go.
Over to LeBron on the baseline.
Oh,
disgusting. Disgusting. Back here. Uh-oh, I'm out of bounds. Aw, shit. Come on.
Is he gonna make it?
Get me back in bounds.
Is he gonna make it?
Oh, God. Oh, God. Yes, we're good. Oh, I almost made it. I was so close.
I didn't make it. Lost.
Oh.
Lost far away.
Star Wars Battlefront 2, motherfucker. A game that's extremely fun for the extremely skilled and probably pretty mediocre for everybody else.
Well, we call you normies.
But before I start screaming Roger, Roger at the top of my lungs, let me start with a firm statement, which happens to be the firm statement that I will not be making any firm statements about the beta. And here's why. 2 years ago this month, I made a video called Wiggle Wiggle Operator about the Rainbow Six Siege beta, saying that it was atrocious, filled with empty hype, and was gonna fail. And guess what happened? Ubisoft totally overhauled everything, completely changed the game, and blasted Rainbow Six Siege into a money-filled rocket ship to planet popularity. And to twist the knife even more, Rainbow Six is now a staple game on my channel that occupies nearly all of my most viewed videos, and at least half of my subscribers are Rainbow Six players that love to beat me over the head with that video to this day. Yeah, it's like being figuratively punched in the face with hindsight bias. So to make the statement that I was referring to earlier, I will not be making any statements about the Star Wars Battlefront beta. This is just one-way banter. This is just thinking out loud. I have no idea if it's gonna be a resounding success or a catastrophic failure. The end. And with that being said, oh baby, was it ever a blast to play. Oh my God, Darth Maul, I'm out. Rolly boys don't want none of this. No, sector not clear. Oh, I'm still alive.
Fatality.
Maybe it's just my bias towards games that reward reflexes and rapid aim instead of strategy, but temporarily ignoring all other flaws, it was a hell of a lot of fun to play.
It's about fun.
What's that?
Now granted, there was a learning curve to get oriented with the controls and how the game modes work. Yo, what is F?
For the assault?
I'm so used to it being pay respects, I don't know what this gun is. Hey, do you want to reload in blue or do you want to reload in yellow?
What yellow does is that it temporarily increases damage and it temporarily does not overheat your gun when you shoot.
Oh, that's cool.
Was that too hard to fucking say?
I don't know, you're the one with the lisp.
I'm gonna fucking kill you!
But this supposed steep learning curve turned out to be more of a speed bump because I was able to shove myself into the MVP spot on a consistent basis after about 30 minutes of playtime, much to my own surprise.
Oh, and he grabs the three-piece.
Oh, baby! The three-piece.
Oh, give me that three-piece.
That's such a stupid pose. You're in midair?
Shut up, boy. I'm dunking on him right now.
Did you just call me bois? Now, what's not surprising is how simple it is to do outrageously well in this game if you keep a few fundamentals in mind, and number one is battle points. Battle points are racked up by playing the objective, killing rebel scum, and doing basically anything that helps your team achieve victory. Let me get that ion disruptor. Yeah. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Yup. Come on, team, we can do this. Once you have enough of these battle points, you can spend them on dramatically better vehicles, classes, and heroes. Just think of them like a kill streak that reward you for doing well, with my personal favorite obviously being the super battle droid.
Yeah. Dab.
Dab. Oh no.
I kind of want to murder you, but there's no team.
So I was talking to Beverly the other day, and then I just shot. I was talking to Beverly the other day, and she was like, why don't you take me anyone else? And I was just like, damn, I'll just dab on a thought, I tell you.
But like it or not, you're gonna have to play as the default classes when the game starts because 0 battle points means 0 upgrades. So to start racking up battle points, my number one recommendation is quite simple. Yeet. Cheese the shit out of your opponents. Every class in the game has 3 abilities that give you a temporary advantage over your opponents, and spamming these things non-stop is utterly important. A prime example is the Vanguard ability that shifts you into maximum overdrive and gives you a shotgun more powerful than God. I'm gonna Vanguard him. Here we go, boys. Yeah, boy. Vanguard, boys. Vanguard, boys. Boom. And I missed that shot pretty hard, but whatever, we got him. Anybody finna get vanguarded like this guy? Fast as fuck, boy. Fast as fuck, boy.
If I remember correctly, this game flopped because it was like the worst paid thing on Reddit or something.
Hey, in case accuracy isn't your thing, the grenade ability is on a bottomless cooldown. What a time to be alive and stacking up battle points. Oh shit! Grenade! Just remember that while you're playing the default classes, it is absolutely mandatory to constantly spam your roll key to be virtually impossible to hit. I really can't wait till journalists start calling this game the Dark Souls of Star Wars games. Let's be honest, Badger, you probably buy a foot pedal to bound to alt. Yeah! You see, you guys in chat think that I'm lying, but if I could buy a foot pedal and bind it to alt and just break my ankles spamming it all day, I would do it. I would pay several $100s to do it. Back on topic, as long as you keep the saying, if you find yourself in a fair fight, your tactics suck, ingrained in your brain while playing the default classes and spamming your abilities that provide temporary advantages, you'll have oodles of battle points to spend on upgrades. No sweat. And once you are swimming in battle points, spending them wisely is also a good idea. And there's no better choice than the Jet Trooper. You honestly can't go wrong. It's okay, I have a rocket launcher. You thought you were gonna win the gunfight, and then I said, oh, no, you will not win this gunfight.
Wow.
You just nay on.
Yes, that's basically what I did. Is he was standing right in front of me like, ha, good luck winning this one, and then you nay out a rocket launcher. Oh, wait.
Iowa.
Yeah, seriously. These guys are the perfect combination of firepower and mobility, giving you the overwhelming advantage against normie characters by either outmaneuvering them or simply dunking on them with your rocket launcher like you're Vince Carter. Let me... Dunked on! Oh god, that's disgusting. Of course you have the jetpack trooper equivalent with the other factions like the super battle droid, aka... And even though they may have slightly different health bars or abilities, as long as they have the jetpack, they're exactly what you want. Like you're approaching somebody that's really attractive and you find out they have bad breath, you're like, hold up, hold up. And you come back 40 feet. And I may take some heat for this, but I think the heroes are way overpriced. I'm not saying they're bad. I will definitely never say they're bad. All right, Darth Maul's right beside me. If I stand still, will he see me? He did not see me, thank God.
Is he like a dinosaur?
Yes.
Yes.
Now let me go chase him down. Let me see if I can get him with a shotty. But are they worth 5,000 battle points or 2.5 times the 2,000 points that the jetpack troopers cost? Definitely not. Oh god, I'm out of here. I don't want none of this. Nope, hold up. Hold up, hold up. I don't want none of that. I'm leaving. I'm finding a whole different Earth to occupy. I don't want to be on this planet anymore. Just kidding, I have a rocket launcher. Come at me, fatty. I think the one exception to this may be Boba Fett, because he's basically a jetpack trooper on steroids that has better mobility and increased range over other heroes. But in my experience, I ran by the guideline, not jetpack, not interested.
Wow.
Hey, you think you're fast? Oh, I don't think so, girl. I don't think so. And now that you know roughly how the game works, here's what I think it means. The beta was extremely fun if you were a skilled player, but pretty boring for everyone else that isn't exceptional. I know the term snowball is typically reserved for MOBA style games, but that's exactly what comes to mind. In any given server, the baller players would cheese their way to early battle points by using abilities like Vanguard, unlock jet troopers, giving them an even greater advantage, and just continue stomping normies because of the superior classes and weaponry they were using on top of their superior skill. Did I just out-snipe a sniper across the map?
Sniper no sniping.
What is this? I think the potential loot crate aspect of the game could make this gap between outstanding players and everyone else even worse, and it's pretty simple. The loot crates contain character upgrade cards like more health, damage, etc., and although they can be unlocked by simply playing the game, if you spend money on them, you can open a lot more of them a lot faster, arguably giving you a greater chance of having the best ones, or at least a greater selection to choose from.
Wait a minute, you gain a small amount of score for each hit that you take? They want to reward you for getting shot? What the fuck?
So if you're wondering why people are labeling this game as potentially pay to win, this is it. Again, not condemning anyone or anything at this point because this was a beta and I have no idea if it's going to make it to the retail release, but my observations during my playtime was simply a handful of all-stars going on massive kill streaks and dominating everyone else by a margin that I rarely see in other shooter titles. But now I feel like I've gotten too serious on you all of a sudden and I really feel like highlighting some of the goofier parts of this beta. A perfect example is the use of the word clankers, which I initially thought was some kind of racial slur, but then I remember that droids are not a race, but I still feel a little weird calling them clankers.
Watch for clankers.
Oh, they call them clankers in game. That's not actually like a slur. They actually call them
legit.
clankers. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's not just a slur I made up.
I thought you made that up, just calling
Okay,
them clankers, and I was like,
to be fair,
that's a little
I do have
insensitive.
reputation.
Another goofy one was the ability to see the entirety of the enemy team at the beginning of the round, so you could basically spawn peek the enemy wide open if you grabbed a high-powered scope. It was essentially like playing Jaeger, but in Star Wars.
Okay, I got one. I got one. I'm
That was
satisfied.
dirty.
I'm satisfied.
And finally, I wanted to let you know that I wanted to dive even deeper into this beta, but on the last day, it was honestly hard to find full servers to play on.
Look at the only opponent we have right now, Grouse.
Big thick man. That's a screen cap if I've ever seen one.
Big, thick man meat. And that's about it. I would like to thank you very much for watching, and be sure to tune in next time when we try to stop saying the word clanker.
Nice. Okay, everyone, that is the end of the video. If you enjoyed that video, make sure you check out the original. I'll leave a link in the description down below so you can check it out yourselves. Enjoy this video, hit the thumbs up, comment what you like me to react to next, subscribe if you're new or just haven't yet. I will see you in the next video. Laters.